Good evening. Thank you for joining us for the Phase 1 Redistricting Briefing. My name is Bill Heiser, and I serve as the Chief Operating Officer in Anne Arundel County Public Schools. I am joined by my colleague, Kyle Roof, the Director of Facilities. Prior to starting the presentation, I'd like to remind members of the audience that this presentation and prior presentation material are available on the AACPS website. In addition, the web tool has been updated to reflect option 1 and 2 scenarios for street level reviews of rezoned boundaries. Let's get into the presentation. The agenda for this evening and for this presentation is listed on the slide that you see. We'll begin with a summary of the public's engagement on Phase 1, followed by an overview of option 1 and 2. Next, we will cover option 1 and 2 comparison and end with next steps. This briefing will utilize several acronyms which are listed on this slide. I'll pause for a moment so that you can read them. Engagement summary. The web tool was introduced in February 2023, and the initial comment period extended until early June. During that time, 33 unique website users, 86,000 website page views, 15,000 unique address searches, 2,200 survey responses, and 461 map comments were reviewed. This graphic shows the location of 15,000 address searches performed during this initial public engagement. The top 5 attendance areas searched included Old Mill, followed by Glen Burnie, then Northeast, followed by Severna Park, which was not included in the study area, which was last place was Chesapeake. The web tool was used again to evaluate feedback on the superintendent's recommendation between July 12th and August the 16th. During that period of time, there were 1,475 unique website users. There were 2,166 web tool page views, 1,050 unique address searches, and there were 122 map comments. Of those comments, 51 were regarding the North County or Glen Burnie area, 40 regarding Chesapeake or Northeast, 20 were the Old Mill or Old Mill West areas, and 11 were categorized as other. 3 of those comments were concerning the 11th grade legacy students.
Options 1 and 2 were approved by the Board of Education on August 23, 2023 to move to public briefing and hearing. Both options use the exact same boundary maps and utilization data. The only difference is the number of students eligible for the legacy program. In option 1, formerly known as the superintendent's recommendation, students who will be entering the 12th grade in school year 24-25 will have the option to remain at the high school to which they're currently assigned. These students would be required to register in a student transfer portal prior to the start of the school year and commit to providing their own transportation to and from school. In option 2, the legacy program would expand to students in either 11th or 12th grade. Similar to option 1, these students would be required to register in a student transfer portal prior to the start of the 24-25 school year and commit to providing their own transportation to and from the school. It should be noted that under this option, 11th graders registering in the portal would be committing to remain at the high school to which they are currently assigned through the 12th grade. Options 1 and 2 are identical from a utilization and boundary standpoint. As such, they share the same key metrics. For both options, the utilization ranges for schools are projected to improve. Overall, 54 schools will have utilizations between 70 and 100%, and no school is projected to be over capacity. The total daily miles traveled is also reduced in both options, with the most significant reduction occurring at the elementary school level. Approximately 6,400 current students would be rezoned. As previously noted, all schools within the study area are projected not to exceed capacity. Both options provide an improvement over the do-nothing option found in the 2023 Educational Facilities Master Plan, where 13 schools would be projected to be overutilized. Elementary school boundaries were adjusted throughout Phase 1. Hatched areas indicate areas being redistricted, while the shaded areas indicate existing boundaries. The new boundary lines are outlined in bold on the screen. For middle school boundary adjustments, options 1 and 2 keep Freetown Elementary School at Marley Middle School and within the Glen Burnie High School cluster through high school. At the high school level, options 1 and 2 make additional adjustments to articulation patterns. A few notable adjustments impact students living within the Oakwood, Woodside, and Freetown Elementary School boundaries. Following middle school at Corcoran, students who live within the Oakwood and Woodside boundaries will attend Old Mill High School, and students who live within Freetown Elementary School boundaries will continue to attend Glen Burnie High School. Movement charts can be used to review the rezoning of existing students following redistricting. 3 charts were provided in the superintendent's recommendation, 1 for each level. The total number of students a school is receiving is noted at the bottom of the chart, while the total number of students a school is sending is noted on the right side. The 2 examples are North County in red and Old Mill West in blue. North County will have a total of 407 current students be rezoned out of North County. 399 of those students will be rezoned to Glen Burnie High School, and 8 will be attending Old Mill West. Old Mill West students will be coming from Glen Burnie High School, Meade High School, and North County High School, as well as Old Mill High School. A total of 1,459 current students would be rezoned from their current assigned high school to Old Mill West. Cluster pattern adjustments are also a component of options 1 and 2. Gray shading indicates no change to the articulation pattern. Blue shading indicates a new school added to the cluster. Purple indicates a school is moved to a new cluster, and tan indicates a split articulation exists. The Chesapeake cluster will not have any changes to the articulation pattern, but individual boundary changes occur as students are rezoned from the Northeast cluster to the Chesapeake cluster. In options 1 and 2, Oakwood, Quarterfield, and Woodside would leave the Glen Burnie cluster. George Cromwell Elementary School and North Glen Elementary School would be added to the Glen Burnie cluster from North County. In addition, Corcoran Middle School would have a split articulation with the Old Mill cluster. Under the options under review, George Cromwell Elementary and Richard Henry Lee Elementary would share Corcoran Middle School with students from Oakwood and Woodside. Following middle school, George Cromwell and Richard Henry Lee students would continue to attend Glen Burnie High School, with the other 2 schools attending Old Mill High School. The Meade cluster will have Frank Hebron Harmon Elementary School and Van Bachlen Elementary School reassigned to Old Mill West cluster. Both schools will continue to attend MacArthur Middle School. This results in a split articulation pattern at MacArthur. As previously noted, George Cromwell Elementary and North Glen Elementary will leave the North County cluster to attend Glen Burnie. The remaining schools within the North County cluster will be unchanged, but will have various boundary adjustments. Northeast cluster's articulation patterns remain unchanged, but various boundary adjustments are made. In the Old Mill cluster, 4 schools west of I-97 will be moved to the Old Mill West cluster. Those schools are Severn, Millersville, Ridgeway, and South Shore. 2 elementary schools, Oakwood and Woodside, are added to the Old Mill cluster and will share Corcoran Middle School with Glen Burnie cluster students prior to attending high school at Old Mill. The Old Mill West cluster is formed with 7 elementary schools: Frank Hebron Harmon Elementary, Van Bachlen Elementary, Millersville Elementary, Quarterfield, Ridgeway, Severn, and South Shore.
Transportation overview. As noted in previous presentations to the board, the 2 options presented will increase the number of bus riders by approximately 200 more bus riders within the study area. It is estimated that 4 additional buses would be required to transport students. As a reminder, this is a summary of the reallocation of buses for each cluster. For example, it's estimated the Glen Burnie cluster would require 1 fewer bus overall, but individual schools within the cluster may be assigned more or fewer buses. Legacy students. Option 1, the superintendent's recommendation. Students who will be entering the 12th grade in school year 24-25 will have the option to remain at the high school to which they are currently assigned. Students electing to remain at their current high school will be required to enter a legacy student transfer portal and provide their own transportation to and from school. Option 2, students who will be entering 11th and 12th grade in school year 24-25 will have the option to remain at the high school to which they are currently assigned. Students electing to remain at their current high school will be required to enter a one-time legacy student transfer portal and provide their own transportation to and from school. Current magnet school assignments will be honored. Students currently enrolled in a magnet program at a secondary school will continue to be enrolled in their current assigned school. Magnet school transportation will continue to be provided. For example, magnet student whose home school is currently North County High School and who is enrolled in the North County STEM program will remain enrolled at North County High School regardless of boundary assignment changes.
To better compare the 2 options, AACPS staff reviewed a scenario where all eligible legacy students elect to stay at their currently assigned schools. We then looked at enrollment data to determine the impact to school utilization, athletics, and extracurricular activities. To get to the anticipated number of legacy students, we first looked at the grade level breakdown on students at the Phase 1 high schools. Approximately 22% of high school students in Phase 1 are 11th graders and 20% are 12th graders. We then took this information and used it to approximate the number of legacy students from the movement charts. The number of eligible legacy students was then distributed over a 3-year period. Under the previously mentioned scenario, where no legacy students are rezoned, the estimated number of students not subject to rezoning in school year 24-25 is 483 in option 1 and 1,009 in option 2. Under option 1, redistricting is fully implemented at the start of the school year 25-26. Under option 2, 526 legacy students, incoming 12th graders in school year 25-26 remain. And under option 2, it is not until school year 26-27 that redistricting is fully implemented. Using this scenario, the impact of option 1 and option 2 legacy students has the greatest impact on 2 high schools, North County and Old Mill West, and the benefits of redistricting are delayed until either school year 25-26 or school year 26-27. In school year 24-25, North County High School is projected to have a utilization of 100% under option 1 and 104% under option 2. Old Mill West High School is projected to have a utilization of 55% under option 1 and 40% under option 2. This would mean that Old Mill West High School would have an enrollment between approximately 850 or 1,200 students the first year. For comparison, when Crofton High School opened, it had an initial enrollment of 783. By school year 25-26, option 1 has completed the legacy student process and is projected to have 95% utilization at North County High School and 68% utilization at Old Mill West High School. For option 2, the utilization numbers for school year 25-26 have North County near capacity and just over 50% capacity at Old Mill West.
As noted previously and dependent on the option approved by the board, Old Mill West is projected to have between 850 and 1,200 students in its first year. The enrollment numbers would then increase over the following 2 school years. The number of students in each grade would determine the availability of varsity sports. To provide a comparison, Crofton High School opened at less than 50% utilization its first year and provided individual varsity sports and JV team sports. Varsity team sports were not provided until the second year of Crofton High School. Next steps. On the screen, you see some important key dates that have already occurred and that will occur in the future. On July the 12th of 2023, we posted the recommendations on the AACPS website. On July 26th of 2023, we held the redistricting workshop. Then on August 16th of 2023, we closed the comment period that was online. On August the 23rd, board decision on what proposals to take forward to public hearing occurred. And today it's August 2nd, we're holding our public briefing. In the future, on October the 16th, we will hold a public hearing. Then on November the 15th of 2023, the board will vote to adopt one of the 2 redistricting proposals. At a future date in November of 2023, Old Mill West High School and West County Elementary School will form new school naming committees, and the Legacy Student Enrollment Portal opens for student registration. By the 1st of January, the Legacy Portal will close. Then in January, the board would be able to vote on the new school names. Development of the new bus routes would take place between February and July 1st. And then in August of 2024, the redistricting plan will take effect. At this time, our presentation is concluded. Thank you again for joining us.